Hello, and in this video we're going to continue our look at the Digital Pali Reader. In the last video we looked at how to navigate around. Now we're going to look at how to use it. So if we just start off with the Brahmajala Sutra and bring that up, we can see a few things here. So we can see here that this is DN1, and as I said before, you can do quick searches for the sutra numbering in the quick link here, and also if you press the little question mark here, it tells you the syntax to use, which is useful. Now, one thing which I also find useful is if we go to the extensions manager, which is the little jigsaw piece, and look in the options for the Digital Pali Reader, if you tick the show translations, and I also have the access to insight archive downloaded onto my laptop, but I think if you don't use this, it goes and fetches the online version anyway. So if we click OK to that and then go back in here, we have to update the page. So if you click on the menu, now what should come up is the page will reload, but this time we get a little icon at the side here which is the translation of this. So if we click on that, it should bring up another page, and there it is. If there is a translation available on the Access to Insights website, then it will bring it up here, so you can have an English translation side by side to the Pali. Now there are a couple of things which make the Digital Pali Reader very powerful, and that is if you click on any word, it brings up the online dictionary. I'll just make this screen a little bit bigger. So here we have Samaya, which means time or congregation, and the this is the dictionary entry for that word and all the various meanings of that word, which can help very much with translation. And another very powerful tool is if you click on the little C letter at the side, it brings up the inflection of that word. So here we have the stem of the word. Here we have the word that we clicked, and if we look down here, so this gives us, it tells us that it's a masculine noun in the A declension, and we'll also see here it's in the accusative case singular, which is just very useful. So what this means if you're translating is you can just work through this word by word, clicking on each word at a time. It brings up the dictionary definition, the stem form, and again if you click on the little C, it brings up the inflection, and you can work out what the case and the gender and number are. Another very useful feature is if you find a compound word, the Digital Pali Reader will try and parse it, so it will analyze the word and split it into its meaningful parts. So here we can see that if we hover our mouse over acharya, that means teacher, and the last part of the word here means one who lives with that teacher. So that compound word together probably means student. And if we take the little drop down list here, what the Digital Pali Reader does, it tries to analyze each word by splitting it in all the possible variations it can be split. So if its best guess isn't right, you can work down the list here to find one which might be right. I have to say it isn't foolproof on either its splitting of compounds or its parsing of inflected words, but it's a very good first attempt, So there are also some little tabs down here. I don't use these very often, but you can convert between fonts. There's other dictionary types you can have a look at. It can attempt to translate various passages. I don't find that too useful either. But by far the most powerful thing is just the ability to click on words and bring up the dictionary definitions, and also inflect the words. And that's a very quick overview of how to use the Digital Pali Reader to translate.